All right, next video. Winter is over. Spring has sprung. I've got about 10 hours on the thing, and I'm about to go from what I had set up and put the mower deck back on. Right now, I just have a can sporter. I take out my trash cans with that, and I put a heavy hitch right there to receive that. That's a 2-inch adapter. And everything worked great. I only had 2 snow events here in southern Maryland. And my hydraulic lift with angling worked out wonderfully. No problems at all. This is the John Deere rubber squeegee blade. And it did really well. The first snow event, there's not much wear on that. The first snow event was just a really wet snow. And if you packed a snowball, you know what I'm talking about. It's a really good snowball packing snow. And that just cleaned it off down to nothing. Then the next weather event we had was really icy. Snow, ice, snow, ice, snow, ice. And for that, I needed to switch to the plastic blade, HPDE. This one is from Heavy Hitch. It's a little more expensive. I purchased it from there because it's all pre-drilled. It came with the bolts and it performed wonderfully. I don't see any damage at all. If I can, well, there's a little chip right there. If I can figure out how to do the editing, I'll show you the asphalt that I work on over here and get that to you. But very pleased with this setup. I used the ballot box.
Yes,
Ballast
I think he
box,
said ballot
and
box
I just
first.
put some place sand in it. I don't want to put salt anywhere. So this was great for weight. And a couple of spots that I needed to, I just dipped out a little sand and broadcast it by hand. But that worked out really nice for this winter. So this stuff is all ready to be put away in the other shop. And I'll be putting this thing on. I haven't really done anything with it. All that's happened is I tested it last fall/winter when it arrived. And I'll get that put on later. Just a quick tour of the asphalt. As you can see, I got plenty to make use of the snow blade here. All right, folks, putting the mower deck on. There's plenty of videos of this out there, and there's a reason people still have questions, because they're all very hard to see what's happening. I'll do the best I can, but you're not going to get much out of this probably. So this is the valves here where you connect to your hydraulic lines. And the reason I'm pointing this out is right underneath that is, this is in winter mode right now, so it gave all the hydraulics to the blade. And we're going to set it back the other way so it gives all of the juice.
Folks, just head into your local John Deere store and ask them for some hydraulic juice. They won't laugh at you much.
Squeeze that all the way out till it stops. So it gives all the juice to this lifting mechanism that raises the mower deck up and down. So hopefully any of this is useful, but here's where we are. All right, just a quick shot underneath. This is the auto connect. Try to get you a shot inside there. And obviously this is where that's going to connect to this shaft right here. This little thing right here will come into play because that is what catches the arm down below. I doubt we'll be able to see that in the video when I'm driving this thing up there, but I'll do the best I can. All right, folks, installing the mower deck. I have this piece in place, but I don't think it really matters because you have room to put that on afterwards. They call for you to have this sitting on a hard, flat surface. Most people use grass. That keeps it from sliding. I just have it in my shop here, and I have a little piece of old carpet underlayment that I'm just keeping from scratching the bottom of the deck with. Currently, I have this lined up basically with the tires there. And remember, this is the all-wheel drive model. If you don't have all-wheel drive, it's a completely different procedure. And if you don't have the auto connect deck, it's a different procedure. But what I'm gonna do right now is just drive up over the mower deck. All right, we're on there. So they call for you to be at max throttle, and they want you to push that button so you're getting all the wheels engaged. And what they're looking for is for you to have your front wheels pretty much in contact with the deck. We've got a little room that we could maneuver here, but I don't think it's really gonna matter. I think it's gonna connect pretty good, and because I'm in the shop here, I can just get that nice and close if I want to. And that one right there. So you see my pins are in the all the way up position so that the mower is sitting nice and flat on the ground. And my deck height adjuster is presently in the highest position. All right, so here's how we set right now. We're parked on over the mower deck, and our front tires are in contact with the front of the mower deck. And the next step calls for us to lower the lifting arm using the hydraulic handle up top, and it's gonna connect right here. And hopefully, if all goes well, that shaft's gonna go right in there. I doubt we'll be able to see this when I'm doing it, and the motor will be running, so I just wanted to give you the best view I could. So we are connected. We are connected. Hold on, I'm on a gimbal that's going crazy. I'm not a pro at this YouTube, and I don't want to be. I was just trying to help out some folks. So you can see right here, the instructions call. Oh, geez. All right, a couple touch-ups before we move along. When we're doing this wants to be in this position. Doesn't specifically call that out, and it should be obvious, but I missed it on the first try. All right, so here's the connection that we've made. As you can see, our PTO is fully engaged there, and these bars are connected to the mower deck, and here is the little spring-loaded lever that did make its connection. The next step is going to be move up to the front. And when you're driving over this, they call for you to go forward until it starts pushing the mower deck. And that's what we did. And then it also says to go ahead and take a quick look to make sure that these are fully engaged. That side over there was fully engaged. This side, I just needed to wiggle this deck just a hair to make this lock click in. All right, next step is gonna be to move up to the front piece right there. All right, now we're on to the easy part, and the other part wasn't even hard. The front hanger bracket is just sitting in the front of the mower deck there. Raise it up, catches in these little hooks on the side, and then you rotate this up until this pin catches right there. Right there. final bits here. When our mower was in the fully raised position, I went ahead and adjusted that to my preferred cutting height. And then when I lowered it, it ended up at that cutting height. And then the final thing you want to do is adjust your anti-scalp wheels. And the recommendation is a 1/4 inch if you have dry ground, and then closer to a 1/2 inch depending if you're on wet or really hilly terrain. So something simple you can do is just stick a spacer under there and then lock them all in place, and you'll be pretty equal all around. That's it for this video, folks. 2021 X739. A little bit of housekeeping on my transition from winter to spring, and we're ready to go. Listen, everybody says this on their videos, but if you hear the reason why I'm saying it, you might actually do it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. This lets me know that it's of value to you and you want to hear more or see more or ask for something more. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, and I personally don't find myself that interesting. Happy mowing, everybody.